Hey, welcome back to another episode of Just a Pinch. This is the first one of 2021. I'm going back to basics and I'm going to show you how to consistently cook the perfect steak. Yeah, steak of choice, we're going ribeye. It's going to be charred on the outside, nice and pink in the middle, just the way we like it. And we're going to finish it off with a rich and glossy pan sauce. So let's jump straight in. So the first thing that you need to do is take your beef out of the fridge at least an hour before you cook it. You need to get that steak up to room temperature. This will allow the steak to cook nice and evenly and you don't get that gray sort of center part where it's a little bit overcooked. Once your steak has come up to temperature, hit it with a paper towel. What you're trying to do is draw out as much moisture on the surface as possible. That's going to help with the browning and that Maillard reaction. We want color, ladies and gentlemen. Color is flavor. Yeah, boy! When it comes to seasoning, salt and pepper is an absolute winner. Don't come here with your fancy Himalayan saffron infused rosemary crystal bloody salt. You don't need that. Just ordinary salt and pepper will do. Season it quite liberally on all sides. Make sure you coat the back ends and the tips and the sides and get it nice and coated all over. Steak likes salt a lot. It can take a lot of salt. Lots of salt. Sodium. It's good for my blood pressure. Put your pan on the stove and bring it up to temperature. Now, don't skip this step. Don't be impatient. Don't put your steak in a cold pan. Don't be a puss. What about 2 tablespoons of a neutral vegetable oil? Don't grab that fancy posh ass olive oil that you've got. Just a nice neutral oil will do. Olive oil has a really low smoke point and you'll be setting off your fire alarm in your house. You'll know your pan is ready when the oil moves around quite sort of loosely, is the best way I can describe it. And you'll see a nice shimmer. That's when the oil is at temperature. Place your steak into the pan away from you so it doesn't splash up against you. It's f***ing hot. It hurts. I've done this, like a lot. Trust me. You should hear this sound. I'm a little steak and I'm getting nice and charred. That's when you know.
That's exactly what you're looking for.
Okay. The reason why you have to get your pan to such a high temperature is you need to create as much of a browning on the outside. That is the Maillard reaction. It's science. Essentially, it's the natural sugars and the amino acids reacting in the meat itself, which therefore create complex and deep flavors. F***ing A, I'm a food scientist. Trust me. I'm not a food scientist, I'm actually just a radio producer. But I know what this is. Once your steak is cooked for roughly 2 minutes, flip him over, boom. Yeah, boy! Look at that color. That is the Maillard reaction, the brownness that we were talking about. That is flavor. Chuck in a couple of knobs of butter. Always love that word, knobs of butter. What a strange way to measure things. Imagine if we just measured everything by knobs. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here. Chuck in a couple of knobs of butter. Your favorite herb, you can use rosemary, thyme, and in this instance, I'm going to be using sage. Chuck in 2 cloves of garlic as well. As the butter starts to melt, the milk solids will start to brown, which will give it a lovely nutty flavor. Tilt the pan towards you and grab a spoon and baste. When you think your steak is done, and it could take anywhere between, let's say, 4 to 8 minutes, depends on how you like your steak, remove your steak and let it rest. What needs to happen is the steak needs to reabsorb and redistribute all of those juices and all of those flavors. If you cut into that steak now, you run the risk of all of the juices running straight out of the steak and boom, Flavor Town is no longer on the travel corridor list. You're in quarantine, self-isolation.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Now, whilst it's resting, why not make a quick sticks pan sauce? Thinly dice up a shallot, put that into the pan that you cooked the steak in, sweat that down, then deglaze with your favorite alcohol. Here, you can use red wine, You can use sherry, or you can even use brandy. In this video, I'm going to be using sherry. Let it reduce and make sure to cook off all of that bitter alcohol. Finish it off with a couple of knobs of Finish it off with a couple of knobs of butter. This will add the richness and that glossy creaminess to the sauce. Now the steak is ready. Let's cut into it. Right, slice them up, finish it off with some salt if you want. I don't even know if I filmed it. I think I didn't hit record on this part. Oh yeah, pan sauce. Put some pan sauce over it. Time to do the taste test. I want some nice crunchy parts. Oh, I got some of that sage. Let's be honest, the only reason why you're cooking steak is because you've invited someone over to impress. And when you serve them this, you know the person I'm talking about. When they taste this, you're gonna smash their taste buds, 6 love, and they're gonna leave. Hopefully the next morning, totally satisfied with your meat. Now you've stuck all the way through to this part of the video, you might as well hang around for the next 30 seconds. We started this channel in August 2020 during lockdown. 0 subscribers. We've grown it to 96 in the few months. And that's incredible. I've made lots of mistakes. The format of this video has probably changed about 20 million times as well. We've upgraded, we've got lights, we've bought microphones, we've done all sorts of things. And it would mean so much to me and my lovely girlfriend, aka camera lady, aka producer, in the background, if we could get to 100 subscribers. That's only another 4. So all we're asking is to help us. Hit like, comment in the comment section below, and more importantly, share with your mates. And if you haven't hit subscribe already, do it. Hit subscribe. I post videos every Monday across all of my platforms, and in fact, if you want to go and have a look at my Instagram and my Facebook, there's some bonus extra content, usually of me baking cookies and things like that. I'll link those platforms in the description below as well. And there's some other videos, the back catalog of the stuff that's really... Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.